Hello, I'm Christopher Rawlins. I'm an architect and I'm here to welcome you to my live-work abode in Inwood. This is a one-bedroom apartment in a 1930s Art Deco building that overlooks Inwood Hill Park. I took it right down to the studs and reimagined it from head to toe. Let's take a closer look, shall we? One thing I love about pre-war buildings are their generous foyers. When done correctly, it provides a crucial threshold between the chaos of the city and the calm of a successful apartment. I started with the floors, which are a mix of zebrano wood and wide plank maple. I also drew from Inwood Hill Park, which is just on the opposite side of this foyer, with this green ombre wallpaper. And I didn't ignore the front door. From the outside, it's the original 1935 version, but from the inside, I clad it in zebrano wood with alternating grain. This is influenced by the Katsura Villa in Japan. And if you notice, I added a panel above the door to make the whole thing look taller. This is a combined living and dining room where most of the action happens. Let's start with the sofa. This is a vintage piece from the early 50s. I love how the lime green upholstery is a bit like the ombre wall covering in the foyer. Opposite the sofa are these sculptural chairs inspired by the Italian modernist Marco Zanuso. To the extent I can, I don't rely just on overhead illumination. Low lights, sconces, lamps, all of those combined are what give you the greatest and most even illumination. In order to differentiate the dining area from the living area, I put in this pendant. It's constructed of one continuous piece of wood veneer that is backlit, and it's a bit like a cloud. Around the table, I placed these Hans Wegner chairs, stained black, and I love how those curved lines are like a charcoal drawing. And of course, as an architect, I'm obsessed with drawings. Before we head to the bedroom, I just want you to take a look at the curved ceilings. I did this to house the central AC ductwork. Usually these are pretty ugly, boxy soffits, but I decided to turn a limitation into a virtue. And I had a lot of fun designing these pocket doors that track the curve. For my bedroom, I wanted a space that was both big enough to store all my clothes and other items, yet also had an intimate quality to it. I custom designed this large maple dresser that floats off the floor. We clad all of the bedroom walls in this warm linen. There was a steam riser here, so we thickened the wall to hide it, which gave us an opportunity to create these nice channels for blackout shades. For over the bed, I was originally enamored with a $17,000 chandelier that was by a French designer, but when that didn't pan out, I decided to design one out of $150 worth of copper plumbing pipe instead. This bed is low to the ground and sculptural. You know you've made it in New York when you don't have to store anything under your bed. I actually wrote a book called Fire Island Modernist, Horace Gifford and the Architecture of Seduction. And perhaps there's a little bit of that going on here. In case you haven't noticed after seeing my home, I'm also a historian of design, and it was a lot of fun to bring all of those influences here and actually be able to live with them. Thanks for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the tour.
There's even more stunning homes and designs just waiting for you. Come on in, the water's fine. Like and subscribe, because a lot of these homes have spectacular pools.